actually something Googled a lot, how to be happier. So I thought to myself, I'm gonna do a little series of how to be happier. And what makes me happy, I do not pretend that I know exactly what you have to do to be happy, not at all. However, what I do for me, I'm realizing that it's working. Food. So I think food is one of the most important things to be happy in life. Of course, it goes without saying, having food is the bare minimum. I changed drastically my lifestyle about, I would say, 5 years ago. And in the past 2 years, this is where I've been doing the hard work of every day trying to do everything that I can to be as healthy as possible. And it's actually much easier than I thought it would be. I mean, eating well doesn't take much effort. It's quite easy, actually. It's much easier to eat better than eat junk food, I think. This is gonna be dinner. Pistachios. I don't know what that thing is, but I make a point of every week I try something new. I don't know it, I buy it and I learn how to cook it. So tonight is gonna be super simple. Pistachios, a couple of onions, broccoli, tomatoes, and this thing. Oh yeah, garlic. And a lot of times people will say that they don't have time to cook. Up to half hour, it's fine. I'm okay with it. I personally don't really know how to cook. I just know it enough to be able to feed myself properly. Don't you feel like for the past 5 years, one trend is like eggs are bad, and then the next 6 months after, oh no, eggs are amazing for you, or you should be vegan, or you should be carnivore, or you should be... Well, that's why I decided to try many things, actually do my own test. So broccoli contains small amounts of chromium, a mineral that has been shown to help your brain release its own natural happiness chemicals. Huh. Who would have thought? There's many things like this that we don't know, and you just implement a little bit of it every day. It has a big role to play in your overall happiness. Could you imagine just eating a little bit of broccoli every day contribute to your overall happiness? Just thinking about it sounds a little bit insane because we live in that society where there's a pill for everything. And it's easy to go for, oh, I'll just take that pill. I'll just do this. I'm not talking about supplement. I'm talking about drugs. And that's why I decided to change that for myself and experiment with foods. It does work. That smell of garlic. Obviously, for all of you that I know, I'm gonna go wild in the comments. I'm not suggesting that eating broccoli is gonna make you happier. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's every little day things that builds up for you to be happier. And as we read, broccoli is one of them. You don't want to burn your garlic. Whenever you're feeling like shit, you should go right away to your diet. If you drink alcohol every day, I mean, this is just one thing you're gonna have to stop. And I'm at my 8 months with no alcohol. I used to eat 4 or 5 times junk food every week. My thing was club sandwich, cheeseburgers and fries, and pizza. I made a deal with myself. If I wanted to eat any of those, I needed to make it myself at home. Turns out that it's a pain in the ass to do, so I stopped eating it. 16 foods that are scientifically proven to make you happier. Bananas. They're full of potassium, but what you may not know is that they also contain tryptophan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing... Alexa, how do you pronounce T-R-Y-P? Bananas actually contains tryptophan, a brain chemical that helps to regulate moods. Quinoa, oysters, dark chocolate, salmon, turmeric, green tea also. I don't drink anything with caffeine in it, just a choice. When I stopped drinking coffee, I had a headache for a week and I was drinking about 3 cups a day. When you do something and you stop it and your body reacts badly, that means that I shouldn't have been taking it at the first place. In the first place, at the first place. Apples are very good for the mood. Spinach actually contains folic acid, which alleviates depression and reduces fatigue. Mushrooms, super high in vitamin D, And vitamin D helps to boost your mood. Eating foods rich in magnesium. In beans, you find a lot of magnesium. But there were studies that most adults are deficient in magnesium, which we should take supplements for it. Find magnesium. Oranges. Vitamin C increases collagen production, reducing a chance of a dry, lined face. No, we don't care about that. The whole point of that is every little day actions like this are gonna help you boost your mood. Changing my diet and reducing my alcohol consumption, well, basically to zero. I mean, you can have like a couple of drinks a week, it's not the end of the world, but if you're drinking daily, even just one glass, new research shows that this is bad for you and it fucks with your brain and your guts. As you eat better, you're not gonna feel so heavy, so groggy, and you're gonna sleep much better. But we'll talk about that in the next video. Let's start a conversation in the comments down below about the type of food that you like and the habits that you have that you think is making you happier, and I'll try to incorporate as many as I can in that series I'm doing right now. What do we call this series? Let's find out together how to be happy.